Hey everybody, welcome back to the repair bench. Today we're going to have a look at a board that we had at Expo last weekend, which decided to keel over and die. This is a Galaga. This is the blue bootleg version of it. There's a couple of different bootlegs that you can find around, and this is the blue version of it. Just a quick overview of the board for those that don't know. Original Galaga was a small square board, looks a bit like Bosconian. If you don't know what Bosconian looks like, Galaga's original board looks like, I'll pop a quick picture up of it. This one has a 4 CPU setup. So it uses a primary CPU, which is up here, and then there's two sub CPUs. One's a sub CPU to the main CPU, and then there's a sound CPU, which I believe is this one. There should be a custom chip here, and what the bootleggers have done is they've exploded the custom chip out into the component parts that it was using. And in this case, it seems to have a LS244 and an LSO4 and an LSO2. So basically, a custom chip is just some compiled standard logic in this case. From digging around, this seems to be to do with interfacing from the inputs more than anything, this particular one. So the problem with this board is it starts and then reboots continuously. So let's just show you what's happening. So if I switch that on, this one does seem to have more of a pinky sort of tinge to the white on it for some strange reason, but inside game it looks absolutely fine. So it'll go through that bit and it resets, and so on and so on and so on, and it'll keep doing that, and then eventually after 2 or 3 reboots it will come up with a message on the screen saying RAM OK, and then it'll just hang there basically. Now you can tell in the background there's a whining sound coming out of the speaker, and this seems to be I'm not sure whether it's exactly what it's to do with, but there you go, there's another reboot. But that whining would tell me something's going on with the sound CPU. There you go, there's your RAM OK message. And you've got, if you can see, you've got Starfield going on in the background. It's trying to initialize and then can't seem to get anywhere else. Now, I have already had the fluke on this to verify that each socket can read its relevant EEPROMs, and it can. And what a reset like that is caused usually by the watchdog, which means something can't happen. Now, what I'm tempted to say is that because we've got that long whining sound going in the background and everything's kind of crashed at this point, without delving into the software, I'm not sure exactly what is going on in the code, but I'm going to take a guess that probably one of the CPUs having a bit of a fault with it. So, given that this one seems to be the sound CPU, I'm going to pop that. I have already had the fluke in this socket here, and I can read this EEPROM perfectly well, and I can talk to the rest of RAM around the board because I have a shared memory system. I'm going to pop this CPU out, and I'm going to try a replacement CPU in its socket. I have now swapped out that CPU there with one that I have on stock. So I'm now going to boot the boot up again and see what happens. So we'll go through the rug pattern. There we go. That's what should happen. So obviously what seems to be going on is that the primary CPU does a check based on the first 4 ROMs. So the first 4 ROMs are basically the main program ROM. When it's done its RAM check on there, it passes off to both of these 2 other sub-CPUs, asks this to do something, gets an instruction back, and then initiates the sound CPU, or one way round or the other. Sound CPU not doing what it's supposed to be doing is causing something to be unexpected and probably a crash on the main bus. So if that happens and you've got dead stuff being written to the wrong places in memory, then the watchdog's kicking in and saying, yeah, hang on a minute, that CPU's not doing what it's supposed to do, and then it's causing it to reboot. Anyway, so the good news is it's all working again. There we go. We have a Galaga running yet again. I'll put that one, I'll give it a tag to say it's been repaired, say what's wrong with it, keep our service history up to date, and I'm going to stick this one back in the box and back on the shelf to be reused at another event sometime. Nice simple fix, given that one of the CPUs died on it, I will very likely stick a spare CPU in the box with it. And should it die ever again at an event, at least I've got a head start on it. There's a limited number of things that cause these things to die, and when it's doing what it's doing, it's a good sign, because it means you had the clock running, because that's what generally causes the screen to be able to be drawn. It's telling me the RAM's okay. It's probably not too likely to lie to me about that. I mean, these ones were reasonably good RAM and ROM tests on them, not like certain later model games. Some of the Sega games didn't particularly do a lot of exhaustive tests. They'd do a cursory check and say, yeah, okay, I can read and write that RAM. They don't really exhaustively test it. Anyway, so there we go. Galaga is repaired. Hope you enjoyed this video. More to come. A couple more coming up. I've got another Championship Sprint repair. Got a Battle Zone repair to do, which is not outputting anything. And a couple of other ones as well. And hopefully a DK repair as well. Alright, so if you like this video and you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button, completely free of charge, obviously, and be notified when we put out new videos. We do all sorts of videos on tech, on arcade stuff, and we do videos about our events that we do, and we generally, we also have some other quite interesting, debatable topic programs, such as Ben's Retro Rambles. Alright, anyway, till the next video, do take good care of yourselves, and see you all soon. Bye.